Hey guys, what's up? It's Connor here, and welcome to another video. So, I know I haven't uploaded in a while, and I mean, quite frankly, most of my videos haven't been doing doing nearly as well as my past videos, or at least recently. So, last video I uploaded was where I covered the I covered the format of this upcoming spring split and the and the teams that had already qualified. But now the closed qualifiers have happened. I can show you who's qualified into the first spring regional, as well as the sponsor for the regional and any minor roster changes as well. And if I have time at the end of the video, I may be able to cover the new Rocket League game mode called Knockout Bash. Got the trailer up here. Show you guys that at the end. Anyways, let's jump right into this one. So I was just looking through rosters. Ow. Bang my foot off the chair. But looking through rosters to, looking through rosters to make sure I didn't miss any major changes. There was maybe one major change, which was Turbo Pulsa being put into the sub position, but frankly, Envy hasn't done too well in the past couple of regionals, failed to qualify for the major. Anyways, let's jump right into this one. Let me just turn on Liquipedia Dark Mode. There we go. So it doesn't actually show a list of it doesn't actually show a list of roster changes, because I guess there weren't enough roster changes this time around. Because I mean, some of you may not know this, but there's actually there is so there's like two trade windows. There's one between the fall major and the winter major, or the fall split and the winter split, usually after the fall major. And we know what happened there. There's a lot of roster changes that happened, and then there's another one between the winter split and the spring split. So the thing is, if teams want to change their roster, they have to do it in between the spring split or the winter split and the spring split. Because the thing is, these rosters from now on, like these teams will have to not just that. Will they not only have to do any other trades that they want to do? They have to lock in their rosters for the spring split and the world championship. So that is a pretty big deal. So the rosters that these rosters have to be confirmed by the date of the regional, which is roughly 20 hours. It starts tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and that's the time I have. I think it's like 10 a.m. Pacific or something like that. So, anyways, so I went over the formats: double elimination bracket, upper bracket, round one, quarterfinals, best of five, semifinals, and finals are best of seven. If you have any questions about the format, I'll have that video. I might be able to put a card. I'll put a card in the video, and it'll probably show up at the end too. Anyway, so now we go over, I guess, just the rosters to see. I went over the rosters to see if anything changed, and like what teams actually qualified. I love this Liquipedia Dark Mode. There's a few inconsistencies, but overall, it still looks pretty good. Anyways, so we have you got your top 8 from last split. I just realized I forgot to pull that up, actually. Just go rankings. Pull up the rankings, and I can show you how it's qualified, because the thing is, despite, there we go. Despite some teams not doing too well last split, their overall points are more important, as they lead towards the qualification of the World Championship. So this is qualified spring ranking. Here we go. So this should show. This should show. Okay, that's interesting. What? Total points. They all have 80 points. Well, they've all qualified for the they've all qualified for the spring regional, so they all have 80 points. They're all tied for first. It doesn't really matter what order it's in, but it seems to do it backwards from last to first, or I guess. Anyways, let's go winter ranking. So based on the ranking from last split, so you have your top 5 who qualified for the winter major, and obviously did stuff there, and then they got more points, which overall will qualify them for, or which carries over to the next split. But the thing is, wait, it's only the top 8 that qualify, so I'm pretty sure G2, Phase, Energy, Space Station, you got top 5, and then you got Oxygen, Complexity. I'm a little confused because there appears to be several 3-way ties. But if I go back to here, those that have qualified, Oxygen, Charlotte Phoenix, Ghost Gaming. Oxygen, Charlotte Phoenix. Yeah, Charlotte Phoenix had to go through closed qualifiers. Anyways, so, yeah, I was just trying to sort of explain how that works, but it didn't work anyway. So this format is pretty much completely different from anything else we've seen. Or anything else we've seen in, like, this, I guess, what do you call it? This season, I guess. We haven't seen anything like this season. So, first match, you got G2 versus Friends, Team Envy versus Complexity. That's going to be tight. Version 1 versus All Mid, Energy versus Ghost Gaming. That's sad. Gotta admit, it's kind of a classic matchup. FaZe Clan versus Accelerate, Rogue versus Sonic, Space Station versus Crew, Oxygen versus Charlotte Phoenix. So, I am thinking that there's going to be a very big potential for upsets, as this is a massive double elimination bracket. There's everyone gets a chance, everyone gets the same amount of points. But the thing is, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So there's 16 teams. Pretty sure in the past there's always been 16 teams, but go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I think this is 16 teams put right into the bracket, meaning there's less of a chance for you to actually make it. There's less of a chance for you to actually go through close qualifiers and actually make it to the regional. Because the thing is, all the other teams, some of the smaller teams that aren't very big, like Accelerate and Crew, they had to go and All Mid, they all had to go through close qualifiers in order to get into the main event, and then now they have to fight their way through a massive double elimination bracket, which in this case is going to be endurance. The thing is, if you look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches for everyone. If someone goes all the way through the upper bracket, roughly 5 matches, and then if you drop down to the lower bracket, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches, plus the grand finals. So fatigue is definitely going to be a big factor going into this one. But I mean, because there'll be, I guess, what? Okay, so upper round 1 and the upper quarterfinals, those are all best of 5s, including lower round 1, lower round, and lower round 2. So the first 2 rounds of the tournament are double. First 2 rounds of the tournament, I think, are done on Friday, if I'm correct about this. Upper round 1, April 29th. Yeah, so they do upper round 1, lower round. So they do upper round 1, lower round 1 and 2. They do all that. They do all that on Friday, and then they do, upper quarterfinals. Upper quarterfinals. Oh, they do lower round 3 too. Oh no, they do lower round 3, then they do upper bracket semifinals. Lower bracket quarterfinals. Okay. The dates are a little bit messed up. You could probably go through and look at it yourself. Anyways, so yeah, fatigue is definitely going to be a big factor coming into this regional. As some of the more seasoned teams like Energy and G2, they know what it's like to have to play through group stage, and I mean Energy not doing well at the Winter Major. See, not doing well at the Winter Major. They'd probably know that more than anyone. But I feel like they have an advantage. They have a tiny bit of an advantage because depending what do you call it? So you'll play 8 matches in total if you drop down to the lower bracket, and only 7. Well, even then, that sounds like a lot. There's not that much of a difference. But if some of those series in the lower brackets go to all 7 games, that could definitely be the kicker, because it's going to be about endurance. Because I mean, sure, you can sprint right out of the gate, maybe win the upper quarterfinals and the semifinals, but then you just like run out of energy and drop down. I mean, you saw it with what do you call it? You saw it with Team Queso when they had to go through the whole lower bracket at the Winter Major when they came to G2. G2 they played what? They like swept their way through the group stage. They played like 3 matches then. Then they played like 3 series, and then they went through the upper bracket. Played what? You got quarterfinals, semifinals, and then the grand finals. They played probably 7 matches the whole time, and those teams to the lower bracket had to play like 8 or 9 series just to get through the lower bracket to get to the grand finals. And on top of that, they had the bracket reset. And Queso managed to pull off the bracket reset, but then ran out of gas. And I mean, quite frankly, it was a bit of fluke, the fact that they managed to do that after G2 had a little bit of a choke. Anyways, so that's basically the format, and that's my take on it. That's my take on this format. Anyways, so now I want to look at the points. So this time, what do you call it? First place in the spring split was 351 points. Now everything has been all the points have been added. Like there's more points. This is the most points you can get. So what do you call it? Now it's 401 points instead of 351, and then it just goes down from here. So I believe like they've added like the first place they've added like 50. They added 50 points, and then they just left the rest, or they shoved the rest down. So everyone's getting double points. Even if you don't do nearly as well, you can still get like. Oh, and I know now why they have what do you call it? I know now why they have that extra 1 point, because if you look at these leaderboards for North America, look at this. G2 is leading Energy by 1 single point. And the thing is, for the World Championships, they can't really have any ties. Because what do you call it? So, because seeds 1 and 2 from both North America and Europe qualify for the World Championship, and then 3, 4, and 5 all qualify for the wild card spots. All qualify for the wild card. So they go through the wild card, and based on who makes it through that, then the one team from each region. So there's like 3 teams in total that make it through the whole format. And then, although this World Championship format is completely big, just make sure to sub, because I'll do a video on that in the future. But it's massive. So anyways, so that's about it for the spring split. It's my take. It's my take on it. Certainly going to be interesting to see, which teams stand the more have the most energy, have the most momentum, because that's really going to carry them through. It's really going to carry them through this regional. Anyways, so now we have the trailer for the Knockout Bash. Got another video, maybe it's notification. Look at that later. Anyways, so they have released a trailer and a new game mode in Rocket League. So as of today's the 28th, it was released yesterday I wasn't able to do a video because my brother had the Xbox. So, this is the trailer for the new game mode. Most of you have probably seen this, but for you who haven't, make sure to stay tuned because I will be streaming live at twitch.tv/Marcano36, and I'll be, me, Liam, and Thomas are gonna do we're gonna do a bunch of Knockout Bash stuff. Anyways, let's play this. Okay, this quality is terrible. Just give me a second. 1440p. Gotta have that crisp video. There we go. That's better. First strike. Figure out how to grab people. Oh. Interesting. I think I just figured out how to grab people now. Anyways, so that was the trailer for the Knockout Bash. There's a bunch of other videos like just this Rocket League Knockout Limited Time mode under the hood, I guess. Ooh, looks like it goes into like Psyonix headquarters, and it basically, I guess, goes over to the development team and how they made the game mode and stuff, which that personally looks awesome. I love I got that much from a thumbnail. Anyways, yeah, so that was extremely interesting. I remember seeing this for the first time and I'm like, "Oh, this is awesome." Oh yeah, and just for context, this is, I believe, the first time in 2 years that they've released a new game mode for Rocket League, since I think they released, the last time they released, last game mode they released in Rocket League was Heat Seeker. When was, oops, sorry, I can't spell. Released in Rocket League. April 20. Oh, okay, never mind. April 16th, 2020. So I was wrong about that. Let me just look about. Maybe I'll look through the other limited time modes. Maybe that was when they added Rumble. It was introduced on April 16th, 2020. Interesting. Modes of May. Interesting. Anyways, oh yeah, and they also have golden gift baskets that you can earn from the seasonal challenges. Oh, I just realized there's a link to our news website. That would be helpful. Anyways, so yeah, that's the new game mode. Make sure to tune into my Twitch channel tomorrow. I'll get that I'll definitely do that. Team size, no teams. Oh yeah, I forgot it's free for all. So it's like 1v1v1. There's 8 people, so it's this free for all you can do, or you can strategize and team up with your friends, which is what me, Thomas, and Liam want to do. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you want to. It's really up to you. Sort of chill about it. I just do all this stuff for fun, but it always helps me give me some momentum to make more videos. So if you like those videos, feel free to do whatever you want. Subscribe, I don't care. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I do have a Discord server that should be in the link if you guys are curious. I mean, yeah. So, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.